In today's video, we're in for full body at the park. We're starting off with this this wonderful chest press, as you can see here. What we're really going to be thinking about, overloading that eccentric. 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we fucking go, baby. Control, you have to fucking control that negative, George. Everything you've got, everything. Oh, fuck, baby. Oh, fuck, baby. Pro cut. Get a shot, George. Come on. Bring it. Yes. Oh, fuck, baby. Oh, fuck, baby. Am I doing it right? Oh, no, I'm doing it wrong. Oh. I'm sorry, but whoever designed this is shit. I'm going to pause in that length and range. I'm going to think about driving from my heels. Even though my heels aren't on the fucking thing. This is shit. God, it's like practicing bouncing on cock, innit? Oh, baby. This is fun. These were out of the way. Welcome to today's vlog. You've seen the title of the video. I'm sure many of you are clicking on it because of that reason. So we're going to crack into it straight away. Backstory about the Georgie boy. Was a natural bodybuilder for 7 years. Competed twice in natural bodybuilding. I absolutely love it. This is for educational and research's purposes before you start doing any of that shit. You're old enough, you're wise enough to make your own decisions if you watch me. This is just me giving you my sort of experience on what's been happening so far. In today's video, we'll be talking about that. We'll also be covering today's leg session as well, which would be good. Can we smash 1,500 likes on this video? I'd really appreciate it. First things first, I started my cycle, TRT, post-competition. This leads on to my first point. Be in the right headspace before you make this decision. I decided to take steroids when I was on prep. When I finished my prep, I was like, right, this is the time to do it. The benefits of taking what I did post-show is that you're going to blow up. You're going to blow up very quickly. You're going to recover from your prep very quickly, especially as a natural. When I was natural in my 2019 prep, it took me about 6 to 8 months to recover from that. When I started to introduce PEDs, it took me about 2 weeks to recover from it. As you can see, it does work. The thing that I need to take into consideration is that when you're in prep, when you're low body fat, when you've been dieting for 30 plus weeks, your head ain't right. You will make decisions. I'm sure everyone's made decisions whilst they've been lean or dieting or being in a contest prep. The brain just isn't functioning the way it should be. Enough. Fucking sick of your shit. The thing that you want to be really taking into consideration before you do any of this. Can you shut up? Hey! Sit down. Enough. So the thing you need to take into consideration before doing any of this is, are you in a good headspace to do this, is what I meant to say. You need to take into consideration your partner. You need to take into consideration your family. You need to take into consideration with everything that you do in your life, from traveling on holiday, having children, to all these sort of things, you know. Reality is you're doing it just to look a certain way and perform a certain way in the gym. That's the reality of it. And I'm someone who overthinks things massively. I'm not someone who just does what some or a lot of people do. Just take gear like it's fucking nothing. Don't even think about it. I am way overthinking certain situations, and that's probably not a bad thing because it gets me to analyze pretty much everything that I need to analyze and make decisions which I know are going to be right. But when honestly you're in the bottom end of prep, you're feeling shit, and you start introducing a little bit of dust, just a little bit of dust, you then all of a sudden feel on top of the world, and you feel like this is the fucking best or greatest thing that you've ever used in your life, and it's like, why have I never felt like this ever before? If I use myself for an example, what I noticed is I started to attach myself to that a little bit more. You know, that feeling of feeling good, that feeling of what PEDs bring. You know what PEDs do, they bring it. Yeah, okay, so that is contagious, and you know, you do lose yourself in that aspect because you do chase that feeling, you know, of feeling good all the time, and you know this sort of thing makes you feel good. And realistically, it's anything in life. If you do something that makes you feel good, you're more likely to keep doing it, right? And this is what steroids do. So if you're a cunt, steroids will make you a bigger cunt. If you are someone that suffers with anxiety, steroids will give you more anxiety. If you're someone who's confident, cocky, that will make you even more confident and even more cocky. And I sort of felt like I lost myself a little bit, I'll be honest with you. I felt like I kind of was the Georgie boy that people forgot about 5 years since I've been doing this channel now, and that is, I am someone that works incredibly hard. Is the hardest working person in the gym. I'm never going to be the biggest, I know that, but I kind of felt like I lost my sort of motto of who I was as a person. And even Wix told me that, my girlfriend, she told me that, you know, you're losing yourself here, George. And that was one thing that I didn't want to do, was lose myself over taking steroids, because they do change you. They do change you. You know, the amount of people that change, the amount of people people that, you know, behave differently whilst they're on steroids or whilst they're on their cycle. Since I've been taking steroids, I know when someone's on their cycle versus when someone's not on their cycle just by me talking to them. I don't even need to look at them, I can just talk to them. And if they're more aggressive, if their voice is different, if they're... This is the thing now, since I've started taking stuff, I can tell who's natural or not just by looking at them. I can tell that who's on their cycle and who's, you know, cruising, whatever, who's not using whatever. I can tell. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this, but, you know, you need to take into consideration that, you know, it's a life-changing decision, and if you are going to make this decision, be in the right headspace to make that decision. Don't be in a position where your life's shit, you're maybe arguing with your girlfriend or your wife, not having a job or whatever, or your anxiety's through. Don't make the decisions then, you know. Make sure your life is in check, because you will make mistakes. That was one mistake that I made. What I should have done, long story short, is I probably should have waited about 4 or 5, maybe 6 weeks, reversed a little bit naturally, got my head into a better place, because I literally started about 3 days after I finished my prep. That's when I started. I was still obviously fucked from 30 plus weeks of dieting. What I should have done is stayed natural for a little bit, got my hormones in somewhat of a better place. Obviously it's going to take months to do that, and then make that decision there, rather than just jumping into something when I'm at my lowest and then all of a sudden go into my highest in the space of 2 weeks. It's something to take into consideration for you guys. I think I've waffled on way too long.
Who's that most jump up game? With the rusty weapons, who AKs put a 4 in a 7. Have you ever seen a golden beret?
Literally the whitest boy ever, and I think I'm hard as fuck. Yeah, this is the drill. Like, I'm gonna out and stab someone and talk about guns and shit. I'd never do that. If someone came up to me and started, you know, give me a phone or give me a camera, I'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. I'd cry like a little bitch. I love listening to drill. I like aggressive drill. I'm very invested into, like, it's like this Justin Bieber and Hailey and Selena Gomez thing that are going on. Like, people listen to the lyrics and it's like a coincidence that, you know, she's talking about him in her songs, he's talking about her in his songs. Drill is like that, but just street gangs, violence, and they all talk about the shit that they've stabbed and killed each other. I love it. I'd never be a part of it though, but I just love watching it and listening to it. And I think I'm hard, but I'm not. I'm just fucking George, and I've got a receding hairline. I'm a fucking cunt. Anyway, happy, oh, it's hot in here, isn't it? Jesus Christ. We're in for legs. I think I was hack squatting 4 plates aside. Now I'm up to 5 plates aside. I feel great, other than my fucking knees. My knees, guys, I'm scared to, like, my knee clicks. I'm scared to, like, cross my legs, because when I extend my knee, I'm just preparing for this click to happen. So Wick's told me to get an x-ray on it just to make sure there's nothing too serious going on, because basically what she's telling me is there's 2 bones rubbing together so far. So that doesn't sound good. Unfortunate thing of getting stronger, it does come at a price. But I am doing my weekly massages and shit like that just to look after myself, freshen up the body. I do on a weekly basis. At the end of the day, do you need to do that? No, but at the same time, this is my job. This is how I make my living off my brand and my physique. Funny enough, I think I've got a shit physique, but somehow people want to invest into that, which is yeah, it's a weird feeling. It's a fucked up feeling. It's more in my head, because I'm like, why are people investing into me? Because I'm not gonna say it. Okay, I am gonna say it. I'm just a cunt. So I need to keep on top of that, and if I want to be performing at the highest level, I need to be looking after myself. So they say train hard, recover harder. Yeah, it's an investment. It's 45 quid out of my pocket every single week. It allows me to keep doing what I'm doing, and I absolutely love it, and I get paid for what I do. So that's the bonus of it. Anyway, what was I talking about there? I haven't got a fucking clue. Pre-workout, Insight Supps, George 10. Just use the code. My favourite influencer. I'm going to support my coach. Fuck your coach. Oh, he's my favourite influencer, this and that. Fuck your favourite influencer. Why am I not your favourite influencer? George 10, Insight Supps, links down below. Thank you to everyone that has supported me so far since I've been with the team. It's nice. And people always ask me, do you get commission off that? I do. So I do get paid for that. So if you use my codes, you'll give me a little bit of pocket money in the bank. So if you want to help the Georgie boy out, because I'm poor and I'm living out my car at the moment, then come support me. I should do like one of those adverts, you know, the charity adverts, like £1 could feed a family of 6. Buy supplements and you'll allow me to shit in a normal toilet. I don't know. Should be a good session. Head is on. Let's do a little bit of drill. So, not switched on. Get into the fucking gym. It's leg day. You can't fuck about with leg day. Alright? Do this. We have our hard body knee sleeves. I got my squat shoes. You guys know that I absolutely love my squat shoes at the moment for any sort of squat pattern. So I need my tripod. Yes, I am a tripod cunt. And what deal with it? You'll need the massage gun to get things firing. And then I also need today's gym pin. Getting stronger now, guys, so we need a gym pin, which is cool. And I'm gonna bring my Ferrari wash up liquid because my knee sleeves fucking stink, guys. They stink. Like when I wear them, I'm scared to actually put them on because I'm scared people are going to smell my knee sleeves. So I might have to go into the change rooms and give them a big old scrub. How am I going to fit this all in the fucking bag? This bag is getting bigger and bigger, I swear. Right, let's fucking do this. Oh God. The session is Arsenal hack, dumbbell split squat, pendulum leg press, leg extension and adductor. When I get to the leg extension, the adductor, I'm pretty much ready to go home. And I find that the quality of the leg extension set and the adductor set, I'm just kind of almost going through the motions, if that makes sense. I'm really trying to work upon that in the next sort of couple of weeks, just to kind of see whether I'm doing a little bit too much on those three main compounds, because doing a hack, a split squat and a leg press, pretty fucking hard. So I might do one set on the split squat of like 8 to 12 and then kind of reduce my volume throughout the session to see if the quality of the latter stage of the session improves. That makes sense, because what I want to think about is it's all good burying yourself on the heavier compound work, but you got your leg extension, which is probably arguably the best exercise to shorten your quads. If I'm not doing my best on that, then you know, what's the point? And I kind of get into the mojo of like, I just want to go home. 2 sets on the hack squat, 1 set of 5 to 9, 1 set of 10 to 12. The split squat, I'll probably do 1 set of like 8 to 12. I kind of like that range for split squat. Pendulum leg press will be 1 set of 8 to 10, and that'll be a 2-second pause, and then the second set will be a 15 to 20 set, but that's more continuous. And the leg extension is going to be 1 set of 8 to 11, 1 set of 12 to 15, and adductors is pretty much 2 sets of 8 to 12. So as you can see, we're working through a variety of different rep ranges in the session. My goal is to get as strong as fuck. That's all I care about right now, with accuracy. Like, it's all good moving weight from point A to point B, but if you're not moving it with any accuracy, you're wasting your fucking time. Anyway, enough of me wabbling on. Let's get warmed up, let's get things firing, and let's crack on with the session. Sort your motherfucking nut out, Geordie boy, because you know what? Fucking tired of being small. Tired of being 5'5" and little tiny 140 pound bodybuilding little fucking skinny shit. Fuck that. Yeah, fucking wow. Fucking wow. And I'll walk down the street and go, who the fuck's that guy? That's me. That'll never be me, by the way. I'll never get that big, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe one day. Nani? Arega walks ka?
Yo, time will tell, that's all I can say. I was in the 4-door with my A-team. You was probably at home with Bays, good with the footwork like Rooney. I could've put 10 in his back like Wayne. I'm with my 2-2Gs, I'm Gucci. See man 12 when the blick gets raised. Blicky, this one tick like Nicky. Feeling like Rimsey with this expensive pain. I don't know Demetrius or Lamar, but dog, you can't stop the rain. You can't stop that, decap the ride and bop back. My heart is cold, my head's too hot at. Who's this broom and sweep it, mop that. Fans saying that I gotta go ham, spinning my shit like Ellie Prohan. Done it on my ones, didn't need no man. Man wanna act like it's them.
Micro overloading, any sort of exercise really. Get yourself a 1.25 kilo plate, 2.5, pull it out, place it in there. If the jump is too big, for example, this is it's only a 5 kilo increment, but I like to micro overload it to ensure that I allow my form to slip. It allows me to still to progressively overload it. And if you're adding like 1.25 kilos, 2.5 kilos each session, do that for a year, you'll fucking be flying. So micro progressions on this, more reps, more progression.
Man, action. Allow it, I ain't got beef with cowards. No. But man live and they get devoured. My faith in bro, he's got me dough. And he love ride like Alton Towers. Anybody can press that trigger, but shit gets techie where man gets showered. Them man at man's name so much, probably gonna see me in their browser. It was me that hopped up the car trying to give him a show like Bowser. Being on a tap, not counter. Lack on it, this fucking beef is far from done. He used to be my nephew, he used to be my son. I ain't doing no Tom and Jerry, I'm telling man come and they ain't trying to come. Put on your Astros, pick up the studs. You would've thought I was part of a band, car play with sticks and I love my drum and mums. It was him that did approach me, but turned athlete when I back my run. This one like Che Lemonade, no way Jose, how you look so ton. I'd case cause the gang got more than one, and it's that simple, you're not rolling hunt. Standard things. My index itchy, I ain't got symptoms. We just wanna pull up and let that rip. Come like them boy got sense, car ever since ain't seen one slide or slip. It's not for a chicken to get dipped, that's hands all over your stylist drip. Still don't know it was 2-1-6, and they didn't dominate that shit. 3L, that's a 2-man step, that's home invasion, straight man shit. Up this one, won't do this for fun, kick back, make me shake my wrist. I did roll, I don't know, gotta stay with the boots like I play for Madrid. I ain't gotta talk what I did. I hear man say that they're on me, I don't reply. Cause I ain't with a lip, charges fuck, but you knew that shit. I had to DIY no whips, I need that now, I ain't doing no tips. Would they react like whoops? Unlikely, enough of them ain't on shit. I'm playing for keeps like Rich the Kid.
When I first did this back in November, the end of November actually, I did 160 for a set of 5. And in brackets I put weak, because I was weak as fuck at that and I was really pissed off. Now, doing 205 for a set of 6 plus 1, 7 reps. I did 45 kilos of that in a couple of months, which isn't too bad. But like I said, I'm paying the price for it because it's a very hard movement. My knees feel like they're going to snap, which I've never had before. I've never had knee pain ever at all. I've got Osgood-Schlatter's disease on my left fucking knee. That lump you see there below my knee. I used to get it when I used to play a lot of football when I was younger. And it's flaring up for the first time in my life. I've had it for about, I don't know, 10, 12 years now. So both sets progressed. Knees are feeling a little bit shit, so I need to be careful. But I've got massage tomorrow, so it's kind of like I just fucking ruin myself for tomorrow. I'm that guy. I've got massage tomorrow, I just fucking send it today. Fresh air. Oh, it feels good to be outside. It also feels quite nice. It ain't dark anymore, you know. It gets dark at like 4, 5 o'clock in the evening. You think fucking day goes so quickly, but it's quite nice to come out here and the sun's coming down, even though it is bold. That was a progressive session, but probably closing on the deload soon. I am battered. I know when I'm sitting around during sets thinking, come on George, you need to hurry up here and do your set because you've been waiting for 5 minutes. I know that's when I need a deload. And I'm trying to avoid doing it because I'm on a good run right now of progression, but I just don't want to take the piss, because when you start taking the piss and keep going, something has to give, and that's where normally injuries or niggles start picking up. So touch wood, I don't want that happening, and I'm just gonna have to be honest with myself and say, look, deload soon, George. Carry on. Can't even fucking talk right now. Fucking prick. Carry on this momentum, and I don't know where I'm going. I don't even know where I'm going. I'm just fucking sick of myself. Always talk like that. It just really pisses me off. Can't string a sentence together. It's so annoying. I swear I've got like talking disabilities or something. Anyway, fuck off. I am going to wrap up today's video. Find out in the next video how I nearly chopped my finger off. That was fun. One thing that I want you to take from today's video: weigh out the pros and cons of what you are doing. Realistically, the reason why you're about to take is because you want to look good and you want to train good. Eventually, that has to come to an end. You need to weigh out the pros and cons of that. Like, you need to weigh out what you do after that goes away, because realistically, this isn't going to last forever. Maybe some of you might do it until it kills you. Fair play. But eventually, you need to weigh out the pros and cons, and the people in the environment environment around you. So be sure to make that decision when you're in a good headspace. Don't make that decision when you're like me and finish prep and your head's all over the place after dieting for 30 weeks. It just doesn't make sense. Give yourself plenty of time. So I hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, comment down below, bottle. Thanks for watching, guys. I have recorded the cream of rice tutorial. You'll be happy to hear about that, and I'm just about to edit it, so that should be live in the next sort of couple of days. Sunday and Wednesdays will be the uploads, and I shall see you guys in the next one.
Gold one like Doja Cat, ayy. Hello Kitty, I'm a smash. She's so pretty and she bad, she's wet. I got her gushing like a tap. Pretty face, pretty lips, take a pic, 'cause you look pretty sucking dick. Bit of vibes, just give me throat. I hate when girls try choking a tip.